Hello and welcome to Dave the Suit Betting. Not bad on Saturday, 1 out of 2, 100 to 30. It won very, very well. And it did exactly what I thought it would do. Get that rail, lead all the way. They were never going to catch a horse that stays 10 furlongs running over a mile, even if it was a stiff mile. Tomorrow, I've given 2 serious looks in 2 races. And I've come up with the 340. The earlier race looks very, very tight. Between, is it Sounds of Iona? Sound of Iona and Warminster. Biplane is trying 6 furlongs for the first time ever, and I'm not so sure. There's only 7 runners. I was umming and ahhing whether or not to put Warminster out each way because it looks a bit overlooked. But I've decided not to. Instead, I'm looking at the 340. Got 1 or 2 old favourites here. We've got Chalet, which is in the notebook. We've got On a Session, which I tipped at Chester and it anticipated the start and completely fluffed it. And then we've got Platinum Girl, which is a front runner. And it ran really well on its seasonal debut for the master violinist himself. Here's a race with all 3 in. So what we have here is a 7 furlong race at Thirsk on good to soft. And the ones we're interested in, there are 3. There's Platinum Girl, which is yellow with a white cap. Chalet, which is green, and On a Session, which is white with a red cap, and they're coming out of stalls 4, 5, and 6.
They're off racing over.
So what we've got there: Platinum Girl, On a Session with the red cap in white, and Chalet, which is actually in our notebook. So they're sorting themselves out. This is at Thirsk on good to soft ground. So Platinum goes to the front. On a Session is tucked in a nice place, and Chalet equally handy. Okay, I'm going to fast forward this to don't move around a lot. So in this freeze frame you can see that Platinum front running gone to the front. On a Session is here, and this is Chalet. So they all look to have a good chance. Okay, now On a Session and Chalet seem to get in each other's way a little bit. On a Session's going for this gap that may or may not exist. But Chalet seems to have had every chance, and Platinum doesn't appear to get home. So Chalet's kind of running on a Session's running on, but and basically you can throw a blanket all over all of them. I think On a Session probably had more trouble in running than the other 2, but there's not a lot in them. And if it got up, I don't think it'd have won. I think maybe 3rd, half a length behind Platinum. One of the crucial things tomorrow is that the going is officially good to firm in places. That means it's on the firm side of good and probably really is good to firm. They're also travelling an extra 15 yards, which I think will probably suit On a Session, but won't suit Platinum. So, On a Session 10 stone 2, Platinum 9.6, Chalet 9.12. Well, as you can see, you could throw a blanket over all 3. I think Platinum Girl had got no excuses not to win, apart from maybe it needed the race. They've put a hood on Monday for the first time. but it's not got the best draw in 7. It might have to race a little bit wide, and it's not going to get, it's not necessarily going to get an uncontested lead. I think it's got a few problems there. Of that running, I think on a session probably had more interference than Chalet and was staying on. Today it's an extra 50 yards plus they've moved the rail an extra 15 yards on top of that, so it's 7 furlongs and 65 yards. He's a Gentleman is possibly a worthy favourite, especially now that they've put Holly Doyle on, but I like a different one. Here's the video. Cabrillo. It came over from Andre Farb's yard to Ruth Carr. Okay? He'd not had a run for 18-19 months. He had one run at Wetherby in April and then one run in May, which is... Okay. The ground here, this is Thirsk, 7 furlong, good to firm, which probably didn't suit on a session. And it possibly didn't suit Cabrillo. But it only got beat by on a session half a length, giving it £1. It's a 4-year-old. Okay, remember that, it's a 4-year-old, and he gave it £1. He got beat half a length, so if he wasn't giving it £1, technically, on paper, they should have dead-eated. And it got a bit detached, 3 out, some headway inside final furlong. But look at this. He gave it £1, he got beat half a length. Today, Cabrillo is getting £3. It's £4 better off for half a length on only its second run in 19 months. Let me show you this. Okay. Doncaster, supposedly soft ground over 7. Cabrillo got I'm going to show you this race, by the way. Cabrillo got beat half a length by Terab and Charency, who dead-eated. Okay, look at the ratings, 82, 73, dead-eat, 75. He's got horses behind rated 75, 80, 77, 78. Now, it said soft here, but the time of the race was only 2.92 seconds slow. That's good ground. That is good ground. So Cabrillo this day comes out of stall 4. Don't mix it up with the one in stall 6. They're very similar colours. It's the one with the noseband. Basically, more or less ends up on this, more or less on this rail. Okay, so this is Cabrillo here. Okay. Now what's going to happen? This one here is going to come through and hit the front. Okay, so this is taking a nice lead. This has been pushed and whipped along. This goes to the front. This one's been rode. This one's not going well. But Cabrillo's going quite well. This hits the front, whichever one it's called, goes far too early. This follows it through. Now Cabrillo is pushing it. It's hanging a little into the rail. It's just hanging a little. Okay, but watch how it fights back. Between horses as well. Between horses he fights back and he has a go. He's hanging a bit right, which I don't like. But look, he doesn't give up. Doesn't give up. Unbelievable finish between 3 horses. And he just got beat there. Well, by both of them, they dead-eated. But he's not given up. The ground was loose, I'll give you. I'll give you the ground was loose. I don't think it was soft ground. He's a Gentleman. "20 runs on turf, 20. It's a 5-year-old. Never won. It's off 77. Its best win was at Wolverhampton of 73. Its best run was last time at Ayr of 74. It's got penalised. Let me show you. He's penalised £3 for coming second on Good to Firm. So that's one horse that doesn't mind Good to Firm, but they've reached for a secret weapon. They've reached for Holly Doyle, and this for me is the danger. I do like Cabrillo. You can get at the moment 9-2. Let me just check. Okay, it's 4-1 with 365. 4-1 with Ladbrokes and Corals. 9-2 with William Hills. 9-2 with Paddy's. And 4-1, sorry, yeah, 4-1 with Sky Bet. There are 8 runners, but I do like this horse, so I'm going straight win, Cabrillo. The danger, I think, is he's a gentleman. It's Goodwood on Tuesday. I'm away. I'm taking everything, well, not everything. I'm taking my laptop with me and a few bits and bobs that I need. I'll let you know what I'm up to, and I'll try and get a couple of videos out with possibly some selections. Meanwhile, for Ayr, I'll link a video in this video, at the end of this video, for Ayr Racecourse. I think you need to look at that. It might help you pick some winners. And on Monday afternoon, I've got 2 videos coming out about Goodwood. The racecourse description, full description, and also the trainer and jockey stats. For those of you that like place pots, it's even got the place percentages. It really, really is informative. So 2 videos there. I also suggest for Goodwood, you go to gg.co.uk video, YouTube video channel, and there's a guy called Dave Young. He's put out a video about trends for Goodwood. It's not been out that long. Link for Ayr at the end of this video. Glorious Goodwood racecourse information, trainer and jockey stats video is coming out tomorrow. This is Dave the Suit. I'm on my travels, but I'll let you know where I'll be and what I'm up to. Bye for now.